This week on Business Movers, we will introduce a well-loved restaurateur who has made his mark in the restaurant scene through sheer hard work. He took the plunge against many odds and emerged as one of the pillars in the industry.
Pimentel loves to indulge his two passions, eating good food with his children and playing golf at least 3 times a week. Many will recognize this amiable face behind the famous brand Ilustrado, which stands for quality Continental Spanish food. But he did not really set out to be a restaurateur early on. Business and Leisure sat down with Bonnie to give our viewers a peek into the persona behind the famous Ilustrado.
Well, I'm honored, Maki, for this interview, in fact, so that I can also share my what is Ilustrado is and who am I, Yes. Well, I grew up in the province of Pangasinan. I was born there, and to tell you frankly, I was born when my father died, and I'm still in my mother's womb when she died. So I was really raised by my grandfather on my mother's side. My grandfather acted as my father, and he's the one who taught me to be somebody, and he told me that I have to stand on my 2 feet. I learned in my early years how to be without a father, and my mother has really worked hard for me to be here today.
Bonnie finished his elementary schooling in Pangasinan, but in the middle of his high school education, he moved to Manila, where he continued his schooling until he finished college.
I'm a very technical man, that's why I took up engineering, and of course in your younger days, everybody wants to be a doctor, everybody wants to be an engineer, and
Bonnie became a working student. While in college, he worked part-time in a big hotel in Manila, recommended by an uncle who knew the hotel's personal manager. He learned and gained experience in the hotel before moving to a new fine dining restaurant in Makati that had just opened. This was the L'Orangerie, the first French restaurant in Makati, which became very famous for its fine French continental cuisine. Bonnie had fond memories of this restaurant, which shaped his future career as a restaurateur.
I met my wife in L'Orangerie. That's years back. I used to be the administration manager there, and I used to be the maître d', the restaurant manager of the establishment. And well, I don't know, maybe also a destiny that God put us together there, to be partners in life, So we did that, and we got married, and then the owner of the establishment, actually, when the operators, the canines before, left, and he approached us that he learned that we're getting married, and if we want to operate and manage the restaurant, because nobody in their side to manage it. So, well, we agreed in principle, in a way, that because we're also at that time we're also busy in our preparation for our marriage, So we agreed, and then after our marriage, we said, we had a meeting with him, and he said yes. We took it, and of course it needs some financial things, so we asked our relatives for financial helps, and we did. We got it, and that's the start of our job as operators of that restaurant, the Ilustrado thing. And it started then since 1981.
Ilustrado became a landmark of sorts in Intramuros. The ambience was old, genteel Filipino with turn-of-the-century memorabilia, fine wooden furniture, and fond memories of our forefathers, which were thoughtfully preserved.
We added some of the menus that we had in our L'Orangerie before. Still, we still have our specialty of the house, the roast duck, some of the specialty of the house during our time there. And we added some Spanish dishes. So at that time, I don't have any Spanish cook, So I only have my chef, which their experience are really what we do in L'Orangerie, And And then, doon up, we added Spanish paella, Spanish, yung lengua, yung callos, which become famous.
The Pimentels officially opened Ilustrado in October 1989, and this year they will be marking their 26th anniversary. The partnership of Rose and Bonnie Pimentel that gave birth to Ilustrado has withstood the test of time.
We have a very good partnership. No? We are partner in life, no? And we are partner in our business. No? And we divide actually our chores, or we divide actually our labor in our restaurant. No, my wife Rose, in charge of our admin. We jive, no, with each other in that sense that we had an agreement that every time that we do, we have to talk to each other. That's why we agreed that we will not blame each other in front of our people. We agreed on that. We respect each other in front of our people. And then we just discuss. If we have some problem, we discuss it privately.
So,
that's
business.
business, personal.
And it
That's
works very
it
well.
worked very well, and until her death last 2009, you know. So we have a very good relationship, and of course, no, we have our very good and children of 4. Yeah.
The Pimentels have a brood of 4, 3 girls, Bettina, Bea, and Bernice, and a boy, RJ, who is now based in Hong Kong with his own young family. Sadly, Rose passed away in 2009, so it is just Bonnie, Bea, and Bernice. Bonnie says he cherishes his time with his daughters, and their favorite pastime is eating out.
That's my passion.
You know how to cook, sir?
Yes, I love to eat. No, in fact, every Sunday that we always spend my time, my precious time, to my childrens. No, we go out.
His daughters Bea and Bernice are now fully involved in the main restaurant as well as in the catering business.
My second girl, si Bea, she's my general manager here, and she's taking care of what her mom actually left out. No, she's taking of my sales, the admin, no, and she's very much involved, no. And the other daughter that I have is Bernice, who's taking care of my kitchen, no. So it's really hard time to have these two together. Mahirap eh. Alam mo naman, di ba? Sometimes they have a sibling rivalry, you know, medyo ano yan. So I have to go in between.
Bernice probably got the idea of adding cooking to her skills, having gotten used to seeing her dad creating dishes in their family kitchen.
She added one more course to her that she studied. She got a culinary course in ISCAM. And that she did for 18 months, plus other seminars in baking, etc., etc. So now she's my executive chef here. No?
Now, Ilustrado, the restaurant and the catering business, which is thriving very well, are running smoothly with the father and the 2 daughters running the business with their respective roles. For some, it is not easy to have 3 independent minds come together in a family business. Bonnie wisely forged an agreement with the 2 girls, mindful of his role as mediator and boss.
I'm still your dad, and in business, in the restaurant, I'm still your boss. So they understand that, no? So that's why they're always aware, especially when I get mad or medyo mainit ang ulo ni daddy, so medyo ano na sila. So they always call me cranky. But I think that's the usual thing, you know, for the father or the parents to their children.
Today, as Bonnie focuses more on expanding their catering business, there is a whole new industry that has embraced the Ilustrado brand, the Philippine motoring industry.
I can only say through friendship, you know. They said that I'm very good in PR, no? And I know a lot of people, you know. So sabi nila, so and then when I met people, of course, he introduced you to other people and to other people, di ba? So you meet everybody. And that's where I started my relationship, some motoring industry people that, si Bonnie yan, magaling, he caters. Good, sige, so we'll try you out. So, doon nagsimula yung mga ganyan. So, I met Sherwin in a golf course, no? So, he doesn't know that I'm catering, no? And then that's started our BU's Cup, no?
Undoubtedly, there is so much competition now in the restaurant scene, and Bonnie knows that he needs to exert more effort in further entrenching their brand. Many foreign brands have also came in, and lately these foreign brands have also ventured into catering.
No, there's a lot of players now, no? And most of these players have no establishment like us, no? Some are just working in their own backyard, no? And also, the number one problem with the competitors is the price. And that's what we have. It's a big playing ground that we really have to share each other's business, no?
The malls are now full of restaurants, and because Ilustrado has made its own mark in the restaurant scene, Bonnie has received his fair share of invitations to be one of the mall tenants.
Everybody is asking us, "Oh, why don't you open in this area? Why, there's no Philippine Italian or Philippine Spanish there, no? So, masarap pang ano mo, wait, ikaw bukas ka na." Ganon na. Oh, sabi ko naman, okay, we'll see. Sabi ko lang naman, yes, we have the offer, but we're still studying it, no?
Now that Ilustrado, the Pimentel's brand, is well entrenched, Bonnie has time to indulge his other passion.
I play golf, no? I play at least 3 times a week, no? So that's why look at my color. That's why I don't want to show in your camera because my color is really something different unlike before.
Yeah.
And then I still spend my time to my children, especially Sunday, that we always go to church every Sunday, and after that we always go out for the new restaurants, trying out, and as I said that we always do some traveling, with them, no?
Yeah.
Although 3 of my kids are already married.
Yeah. You're a grandfather now, sir?
Again?
Are you a grandfather?
Yes,
now?
I have 3 grandsons.
Wow.
One from Bea, no, and her hubby Paul, no, and 2 from my son, my only son RJ. He's now based in Hong Kong. So my daughter-in-law just gave birth last 3 weeks ago in Hong Kong. So I have 2 from her, from them.
Bonnie just came from Hong Kong to visit his brand new grandson, and he likes his role now as a grandfather. To all the aspiring entrepreneurs out there mulling over their decision to go into business, Bonnie has this to share.
I like to share my passion, no? My passion in the work that I do. You should really do it right. If you have self-respect, you should also show your respect to your constituents, like your people, so that you can also get the respect. Be real, no? Be real and continue what you're doing. The best of what you're really serving to your clientels, no? You still continue to have everything that they like to you, your good food, your good service, and everything.
Words of advice from a professional and very successful restaurateur, Ms. Bonnie Pimentel of Ilustrado, our business mover this week.